So far, so good or so bad, according to your point of view. But knowing your point of view as I do, it's very strange that you're so much in love with it. 44208-601-4555 is the number to call me. Julian's on the line from Reading. He wants to talk about both Turkey and the Mau Mau. Julian, go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum, George.
Alaikum salam, go on.
Last time I spoke to you, you were at Heathrow Airport and you'd just come back from Turkey.
Ah, yes.
And your shoes were caked in the mud from the graveside of one of the martyrs from the Mavi
Marmara, yes. Which, by the way, Julian,
yes.
when Netanyahu gave a non-apology for the 9 martyrs of the Mavi Marmara, and Erdogan accepted it. Netanyahu has made no compensation to the victims of the Mavi Marmara, and Erdogan isn't forcing them to. Anyway, go on.
Well, it's 3 years on, and there's been many martyrs since at the hands of Israel. They've been into Gaza again. And 3 years ago, I think you and I both felt optimistic about Erdogan and the direction that Turkey was going.
Yeah.
But he's betrayed the Palestinian people in that sense.
He has. He has. He's just like all the rest.
Absolutely. George, you're not like all the rest. All the best with what you're doing, mate. And
thank you, Julian. Thank you, Julian. God bless you. 208 is the number to call. It's 208-601-4555. That's the number to call. This is, of course, Comment on Press TV, but we're joined this evening for the first time by listeners to Colourful Radio. And most welcome they are too. Let's hear from Andreas in Cyprus. Not quite Turkey, but getting close. Andreas, welcome. Go ahead, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Galloway.
Good evening to you.
I just want to ask a few questions.
Yeah.
First of all, was it necessary for 100,000 people to die in Syria? Second of all, what does Friends of Syria mean? If these people were really friends of Syria, would they not have tried to find a peaceful solution to this problem? What does it mean, Friends of Syria? What does the Free Syrian Army mean? Is it someone eating someone's guts? Is that Free Syrian? I feel sorry for the people of Syria if these so-called rebels ever take charge of Syria. I really feel sorry for them.
Well, I'm glad you've given me the opportunity, Andreas, to return to the call from South Africa earlier. Syria needs a transition to democratic rule. The President, Bashar al-Assad, has signed up to that. He has agreed to go to the conference in Geneva under Russian and US chairmanship. And that transition will have to be through negotiation, and it will have to be under international observation. The United Nations will have to be involved. Observers from all places will have to be involved. There'll have to be free and fair elections to a parliament and then a president. I don't myself believe that Bashar al-Assad will run again. I believe he will complete, as is his right, his presidential term. I don't myself believe that he will run again. But I'll tell you this, Andreas, and not many people listening or watching this know as much and as closely the situation as I do. So hear what I've got to say. If there was an election tomorrow, Bashar al-Assad would win it. In fact, if there had been an election for president at any time in the last 2 years, Bashar al-Assad would have won it. Not just because he has qualities which no rival emerging from the ragbag of opposition parties who have a multitude of leaders has remotely been able to offer by comparison, but because people are so afraid and disgusted by those who eat other men's hearts and livers that they cling to Bashar. The religious minorities cling to him. Most of the Sunni business class clings to him. And if Bashar al-Assad were to run for office tomorrow, I believe that he would win that presidential election. The regime in Damascus is not one that I support. I want democracy in Syria. And I want the people to choose their government. But the only way to get there is by negotiation. by a political process. Kofi Annan, the former Secretary General of the UN, brought forward exactly such a plan almost 2 years ago. The Syrian regime accepted it. The opposition did not. And the Western governments that are giving them the guns and money did not encourage them to. Andreas, thanks for that. Cambus is on the line in London, wants to talk about Turkey, and he's listening on Colourful Radio. Cambus, welcome.
Hi, George.
Go ahead, sir. Our first Colourful Radio caller. Go on.
Hi, George. I admire your stand on many issues, especially when you went to United States and you stood against the congressmen.
Thank you.
And what I want to say is, what I don't understand is we have all these governments who come in under the name of Islam, which is one of the most progressive religions in the world. However, they come in and they start shoving the religion in their own, out of their own interpretation of it, down the people's throat, and bring about this dictatorial kind of regime, which gives the actual religion such a bad name. It's happened in my country. I'm from Iran. And the same thing that happened to my country is happening in Turkey. The whole country is going to go back hundreds of years if people don't succeed and the West continue to support this regime. And this is what I don't understand, why, when you have such a wonderful religion, is being taken as a tool in repressing people, where women are not respected, and you know, people's opinions aren't respected, various minority religions aren't respected, and the only thing is respected is the extreme Islamic views.
Well, I don't accept that either in Iran or Turkey, Cambus. You may have been out of Iran for too long. If you think Iran has gone backwards hundreds of years, as you implicitly just stated, well, you haven't been paying attention. Iran is in the nuclear age. Iran's scientific, technological, industrial, innovation under sanction has been a miracle to perceive. You're currently watching, or rather listening, to an international Iranian satellite station broadcasting in English and in Spanish and with other languages coming down the track. So the idea that Iran is a backward country